Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. So we're going to be taking a look at a problem that you can run across on older saws. This isn't specifically Homelite. In fact, I had a gentleman send me 3 carbs or a Walbro HDA-225B. They're from Hilti cutoff saws. And I have a feeling, I pretty much know why I have them. Whoever had been attempting to work on them really didn't have a clue what they were doing. All kinds of mistakes were made. But I've got the other 2 carbs, whipped into shape. They're good to go. But a lot of Walbro carbs have a combination high-speed nozzle, main nozzle, whatever you want to call it, and high-speed check valve. So the nozzle goes right in that opening right there. I've already driven it out. That's this little critter right here. So you've got a banjo style arrangement where fuel comes in through a passage, comes into this groove, goes in. Okay. Down in here, you guys won't be able to see this, but I can see a drilled passage. Okay. So this thing, in order to function as a check valve, needs something at the end, and that's missing. Now, this is a crimped assembly. There is no way to uncrimp that and not destroy it. I tried once. Didn't work. Bad part is Walbro has obsoleted a lot of this stuff, including the one for this. There is nobody out there that has one in stock. It'll show up once you find a parts list and a part number. It'll show up on a couple websites, but then when you go to click on it, it's either out of stock or you get the part select message of "this is rarely ordered, call us first." Well, Walbro shows it as obsolete. Weingart's doesn't have it. Excuse me, it's not out there. So what can we do other than junk the carb? Well, we're going to try a stupid fix. And maybe I shouldn't say stupid. We're going to try unorthodox. I went down to Harbor Freight and bought one of their Chizo Pittsburgh hollow punch sets. Because I got to thinking, and I've talked to other guys who have played around with this, even for the more standard check valve that goes in like an HDC or an SDC, you can get that screen and retainer off, and that is included in a lot of kits that seat isn't. But if we could cut a new piece of material, because all that stuff it's the same as this synthetic carb material, and you always have extra gaskets you don't use, and I'm sure you can find sheets of that somewhere. I'm going to cut using the 5/32. I am going to cut a piece out here, or I'm going to try to, and we're going to try stuffing it in there. When I hold it up, it looks like that's going to be the perfect size to go in there and not be wrinkled. If I'm wrong, we'll drop down to the 1/8 and give that a shot. Oh, damn, that is sharp. Actually almost went through the paper too. But it didn't go all the way through. I love Harbor Freight. I can't blame them. I'm sure it was my technique. There we go. No, still, what the there it is. Okay. If I'm going through the paper, for crying out loud. Now the risk when you're working on an old grocery bag like this is that you lose that little guy. So I'm going to set this up. Man, I think that's the perfect size. It's fitting right down in there. What can I do to about as good as I can do. And then I'll use the zoom through the video editing software if we need to get any closer. Find the right tool here, which is going to be my little beat up dental pick. End's fairly blunt on it. I don't think I'll damage this. Okay. Damn. Even that flipped that out. Like I say, this may be a complete fool's errand. May not be able to do it. But it is worth a shot. That's resisting me. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, I will say, if you've got subpar eyesight, this is going to suck ass. I've got pretty damn good eyes still. It sucks a certain amount of ass. Now, that has not dropped. I think it did. Nope. That will leak like a sieve. Be tempting to use the black material, and I know this holds up better, but the black would show a color difference at least. Okay. That might be ever so big, I'm not sure. But what we'll do is give it a test using our carb pressure tool. I don't care which hole it comes out of, so I'm just going to go in a little bit there. Yeah, didn't get it. It's definitely in there, but it must be a little bit too big. So that's unfortunate. Because now I'm going to try and fish this thing back out. But at least coming out, I don't have to be gentle. As long as I don't hook one of those retainers and tear it apart. Come on. Miserable little shit. It's not all torn up. I'll save that to try on a check valve in an HDC. All right, take two. So the real risk that we run here is that this ends up being too small, and it doesn't work either. I know that cut. Come on, get out of there. Okay. So we'll try that process all over again. Should go a lot quicker. Yeah, that went right in. Minimal leakage. Interesting. And where the hell is it leaking at? Huh. On the side of the hose. I don't have... Huh. Okay. Not ideal. But none of them are perfect. So fuel will flow, even with a good burst of pressure. I'm not blowing that thing out. Okay, well, I'm going to run it. Well, I won't say run because I don't have the saws. But I'm going to mark this one so that when I return it to Stuart, if he has any problems with this one, he'll know basically why. But my guess is he won't, to be perfectly honest. I think that'll actually work. So, in summary, to bring this back around to the home light stuff that we all are here to enjoy, I'm going to say the 1/8 is going to work pretty well for these various Walbro nozzle check valve combos. And I think, based on what I was seeing, the 5/32 is going to work perfectly well for that HDC SDC style check valve that's a little bit bigger. So this is good news. Like I say, these little bastards, when they're available, can be 10, 15, 20 bucks. When they aren't available, well, you're just plain screwed. The one thing I will say, take note of where it's located in the orifice before you start pounding it out so that you get it back to the right set. There's a fairly wide ring there for the turret so that fuel can reach it, but still doesn't hurt to pay attention. Check it out. Make sure you get it right. So anyway, hopefully this will help us all out as these parts continue getting harder and harder to find.